What's the sickest you've ever gotten on a missions trip?
It depends on the trip. You don't get much more sick than the event with the scorpions in Vietnam. But one year I went with my wife Juanita and my kids, Daniel and Sarah, to Thailand. We were there for 6 weeks. At that time we were new and I was planning on moving to Thailand. So I took them over there to learn the country. And we'd been there for about a week maybe, and I broke one of my ankles. I don't remember which one now. The only time I'd ever had a broken bone, before or since. While I was suffering with a broken bone on one foot, on the other foot I got bit by a spider that turned my ankle and foot black and blue. Then we went up north. I was having to use crutches that were built for short Asian people, not big guys like us. So it was wearing blisters on me here instead of up here. We went up north and I contracted typhoid and influenza at the same time, as did my kids. So we were all delirious for quite some time. We had been in a Aka tribal village where we had contracted these diseases. They had gotten us down to the city of Chiang Mai and found a little inn to put us in so that we would be more comfortable and hopefully could buy medicine. And as it turned out, the inn was brand new, had just opened up, and it was owned by a doctor who had a clinic right next door to it, who just happened to be a Christian, of all things, in that Buddhist country. So he took care of us for those weeks. So I had the broken bone, the spider bite, the influenza, and the typhoid all at the same time. When we got back to Bangkok to leave, we got back to America, I needed to take the cast off. I had stopped using crutches, so I was just walking on the cast. That had caused blisters on my foot, and the fiberglass cast had worn the skin off the bottom of my foot. And the skin, in regrowing, had grown over the fiberglass cast. I didn't have the money to go to the doctor. So my wife, Juanita, had me soak in the bathtub. We were at her parents' home in Dallas. So I was soaking in the bathtub, and after soaking for about 30 minutes, she came in with a pair of scissors and began to cut off the cast. And of course, it had grown into my body. So she didn't want to cut my skin. So instead she began to pull on it, and it eventually came off, but it ripped off the bottom of my skin. And I had gangrene then. At that time, it was very nasty smelling. We got back home, and I told my wife, I said, after everything we've endured this summer, I don't think it's over with yet. I think there's something else is going to happen. And less than 12 hours later, I was in the hospital having my gallbladder taken out. That was before it became an easy ordeal. So I've been cut from here down to here. So all that happened in a matter of just 7 weeks. That was the worst mission trip of my life. But what a trip it was.